Hello, Cal Army. We're back on the table. I'm Craig Sawyer, and this is
Weller.
Welcome. I just ran into that professor scientist guy in the hallway. Man, he looks terrible. Yeah, I think he's hitting the bottom.
Trust me, man. He just came and
it was
we
so
did
weird.
An assembly video with him.
He gave me this T-shirt.
What was he wearing?
I don't know. He was just wearing a white lab coat, and he started screaming something about aliens on strike, and he's underappreciated. He just took running off down the road with a power saw.
Well,
I don't know.
Interesting stuff happens here at Cal headquarters all the time. So, in the video that I actually just did with him, we went over how to assemble Dulce base.
I already know all that. It's so easy.
I know you know it, but the people watching don't know. This is, for their benefit.
Right.
So we put it all together, and today we're going to be talking about how to set up the rest of the game.
Okay.
All right. So with the board being assembled, all right, you basically set up your components generally like this. All right. You have all of your objective tokens laid out. We've already set those out on all of the boards, and I believe this is all covered in the game manual.
Mm-hmm. I believe the game manual equipped. So here's your handy game manual, and I think on 5, 6, 7, 8 it goes over the board assembly for the Epic campaign and the B-side campaign.
It starts at 8.
Oh, it starts at 8. My bad. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, 8. Yeah. You're right. So 8 and 9 starts it out.
Yeah.
And it goes through both setups. And on the back, too, each portion of the game throughout the entire game, all the way through combat and gathering loot from board assembly, gives you on the back of the manual, easy reference, tells you the exact page where to go to and reference that in depth. So, yeah, the manual.
Yeah, so all of this stuff is covered in the manual. We're just going to run through it real quick.
Sure.
So once you get the board set up and all your objective tokens laid out, lay out your weapon dice. You're going to need that throughout the campaign. You set down the alarm tracker. Now, we have this set up for a shorter campaign.
Yeah.
So the man in black actually doesn't start all the way at the bottom. He starts on the third space there.
Sure, less rooms. You got to start the alarm tracker up a little higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Your deck 1 loot cards go here. Your Act 1 encounter cards go here. And your Act 2 encounter cards go here for the beginning of the campaign. Either one. All right?
Shuffled.
Shuffled, yes, obviously. I went in, and we're going to be doing a 2-player version where Craig and I are going to play through in a little bit. But I pulled out the loot cards that are the starting equipment for a 2-player game. So you start with 2 weapons. You have a giant wrench and a pistol. And you also have 1 light piece of armor, a set of army fatigues, and 1 small first aid kit.
And these the items will be a little bit more if you start with more players. So depending on the number of players is what starting items you begin with.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And you get your file folders for your players.
Who are you playing, Weller?
I'm going to play as Adam Starblaster.
It's a hard choice, man. I love all of our characters, but Hattori Hanzo.
All right.
Samurai.
So I am a giant alien super soldier with the mentality of a 15-year-old boy, and you are
I am a legendary samurai abducted in feudal Japan, and I'm kind of a badass.
We are the odd couple here. So
I'm 5'4", and how tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
Oh,
I'm a full foot taller than you.
Awesome.
All right, so get your file folders for your character you want to play as, and get the clips set up like so. Green one goes at the top for your health. It starts at the darker one. That's your starting health. I start with 9 health. I think you start.
I start at 7 health.
7. A blue one goes here on the side to keep track of your armor, and then a green one down here to keep track of your level. And the blue one here keeps track of how much XP you've earned by killing enemies and completing encounter cards.
That is correct.
And you take the minis for your characters, and they start in this room of level 6. All right? This is pretty much this half of it. Craig, why don't you explain the combat tracker and the other goodies we have over there?
So laid out here is your combat tracker, which corresponds to your tokens. Either like you have, your versions of the mob. You have your 3, 4, 5 versions of your mob, from robots to gray aliens, to mutants, to lizard men, to base guards. And each one of those are numbered 1 through 7, and they have a corresponding combat tracker token. Now, when you roll for initiative, you place your token on the combat tracker, and that keeps up with who goes first, second, third in combat. Now, each one of these cards represent 7 different versions of each mob, each with different attacks and special abilities and their movements and all that stuff. So as you draw the encounter cards, it'll tell you how many enemies spawn in each room, and you just flip over the cards to this side for whoever spawns in the room, and that's an easy way to keep up with everything goes. Everything has its own place, so it doesn't get chaotic, and then you put them right back, shuffle them back in the deck, and put them on the bottom of the deck. And also on the bottom of this, you notice there's clone tokens. So at the course of the game, depending on what Epic campaign or the B-side campaign, you start with a certain number of clones that you can reclone after a character dies. Now, when all your clones are gone and the next death in the party, the game is over for the entire party.
That is right.
So you escape together, or you all die together.
Yep, exactly.
And here's your allies. We have Mikey the Mutant Goat Boy, Maury the Mothman, Caltra the Atlantean, Blur the Sasquatch. You guys know that. It's an easy way to keep up with them. You don't have to do this. You don't have to put them out on the table right now, but if the table's big enough, it's just fast gameplay. If you put their cards underneath each one, so in case they come into gameplay, you can just put them on the board, flip the card over, whatever character got it, and you're ready to rock and roll. And, these are the stack of all your bosses, 4 versions of each boss. And quick reference cards.
Yeah, those we almost forgot to put those out. Those are very important.
Those are very important. So the quick reference cards.
Yeah.
Just during gameplay, you get new players. You're trying to explain it. It's so much easier if you have these quick reference cards on the table.
The one side basically gives you an encounter overview, the order of how things happen every time you enter a new room and start a new encounter.
Right.
And then the flip side goes over what can I do in combat, all the different things that you can do during combat. And then the bottom half shows you what these various icons mean that are sometimes on encounter cards and sometimes on enemy cards.
Absolutely.
All right. So things like attacks indicating that your armor's been damaged, or attacks that might stun you for a turn, or even radiation damage that you might take.
And like we go back to the manual, on the back of the manual, like I said previously, has each step of gameplay overview. And not only that, a visual reference, right underneath it is the corresponding pages that go into depth for those rules. So, if you want a faster reference and more visual, just flip over the back of the manual.
Yeah.
Quick reference to that.
We tried to make it as professor-proof as possible.
Oh, yeah. Professor. Yeah. What a creepy guy.
No, he's a weirdo.
It's so weird. But we usually put you can put the combat tracker tokens for the mobs out besides your standees, or sometimes you put them on top of them. Is just when you line it up to make it less take up less space on the table.
Yeah,
whatever you want to do. You'll figure it out. So, Weller, are we going to run through a few rooms?
I think we'll save that for our next video.
I wanted to play.
Yeah, well,
I gotta wait.
We'll play in a minute, but
okay.
Thank you all for tuning in to check out a brief overview. I mean, we've done unboxing videos, but we haven't actually done a video recently where we actually have everything all set up so you can see it and kind of get a better idea of how much table space you're going to need and how everything fits together. So that's kind of why we wanted to do this. We will see you shortly with another video where Craig and I play through the first level, the bottom level, the caverns below the base.
Sure.
And
if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, Sentient Games, go there. That's where we upload all these videos. We'll also post it on our other page, our Instagram page, our Facebook page. But if you want to be to get a notice right out the bat, go to YouTube, look up Sentient Games. I'm Craig Sawyer. This is From the Table. This is Weller.
Hello.
Oh my God. There's Professor's back.
Oh, jeez.
He's completely nude.
I know. He doesn't have any pants on.
Oh, my God.
All right. We gotta
Security.
We got to go.
Security. We got to go take care of this.
All right.
Guys, next time.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.